All right, perfect. So let's get going. For instance, let me quickly check this out. And this is USD ZAR. Okay, I'm not on USD ZAR. So let's do USD CHF, for instance. So that's why we're starting with the USD CHF. This is a 1 hour time frame. So what happened here? The market was gapping that other day. So I think that was Monday when the market was opening. On is it Monday or let me confirm? No, there was no gap. All right. So as you can see here, this is our support resistance on top here. The market failed to actually break this resistance level. And this resistance level, I can maybe drop it down here, is still very much fine. And because of this reversal candlestick, that means I can also move this support level and just put it here. I think right here is fine. And the next thing that I have, I think it was also a right opportunity to have this support and resistance right here, as the market was more like ranging. All right, so if you notice this is more like a double top at the very same time that we may have here. I'll put a star here and I'll put another star here. So you can see that it moves up nicely, back down, and then up. All right, so let me actually show this like, all right, so we are moving up like, down again, and up, and then down. And then at this level, you can see that it's a support, and it broke this support, and then it shoot down again. All right, as it broke the support, and then at this level, that is where you can actually pull the trigger in terms of your sell. All right, so that's one of the few things that I need you to actually notice here. And then the next thing I can be able to do is to join these levels. All right, so I'll push it like this on a 1 hour time frame. So this is the second thing that I have on this 1 hour time frame, meaning that you can actually wait and see what can transpire here. If ever the market and the movement of candlesticks breaks the support around the 91,700, most probably, and then form a new candlestick below there, that can be another confirmation of the bearish direction. All right, so that's one of the few things that I will need you to have on your analysis. All right, so those two things, support and resistance right there. And you can see that today and yesterday, a double top was formed there, and our support was also more of a neckline right there, and the market was able to break and move down for like at least 3 hours, and it's trying to actually reverse a little bit, but we will see as time goes on what will happen next. So that's another thing that I will need you to notice right there. Okay. So let's move to 4 hour time frame and see what we may have there. All right. On 4 hour time frame, we have a different story. As you can see here, that we are still on the right in terms of the uptrend, as you can see. So that means we are still on the right, of which is a very beautiful move. So let me extend it further like this. All right. So let me extend it further like this. All right. We are still on the a smaller uptrend right there. So it may happen that the market can bounce or break. So we will wait and see. So if it breaks the support, I think at around the 9158, 0.80. That can be an opportunity where you pull the trigger around these levels. Okay, I think it's at 0.91600 at that exchange rate. That is where you can pull actually the trigger in terms of your bearish movement, and then your take profit may be around 0.91 200. So that exchange rate. Why you are putting a take profit there is simply because it's the previous support levels. So if ever it breaks the support, and then it will be targeting those levels. So yeah, that's one of the few things that you may also consider right there. So I'm not gonna go to 1 hour time frame, and then I will move to the next, the GBP USD, and see what is actually happening. Let's move back to 1 hour. Remember that I'm always in favor of those time frames that are a little bit bigger than the smaller time frame from 1 hour upwards. That's the area of preference. All right, something here. Ash, if we did this yesterday, maybe we will be in a right form of like okay. So this is our first bottom. So the second bottom. In this instance, it's more like we also have the double bottom at these levels, as you can see. And then here, this level was our neckline, and the market was able to break these levels and then form a new candlestick above. That was a beautiful bullish market, and then another resistance level that is broken. So I think this is another mini resistance right there. If you can notice this, you can see that the market was a double bottom, cross the neckline, the market shoot up, and right now there's a little bit of a resistance, support and resistance at those levels. So we can also have something like this, straightforward. Okay, so I've got support and resistance right there. Okay, perfect. So in that instance, in that instance, I can wait to see which other direction the market will actually confirm. But if it breaks this level, and then I can have a bullish trade that can go further to 1.37 700. Okay, so that will be another opportunity that may exist right there. So that's another thing that you may have. So you may have your support and resistance around 1.36 730, as well as 1.36 940. That will be your support and resistance right there, and then keep it there and wait for the market to confirm and tell you which other direction it will go. I hope this is clear for everyone to see, and we will wait to see what the market tells us in the next movement. But the most beautiful thing about the price action, about the looking at the like candlestick patterns, chart patterns, as well as trends, support and resistance, is that as you are using all these strategic tools, they actually give you a clear picture in terms of what may happen next. All right. So that is why if you keep your diary or your trading book, that is where you write down every detail. That, okay, I've got these pending trades, and then you will have a look at them at some other time. All right. You really have to revisit them now and again to see what has actually transpired in those trades and markets. So that's one of the few things that I actually request and suggest that you actually consider and observe all the time. Okay, so let's move to 4 hours now. All right, I'm And then on 4 hours, we've got a different setup, obviously. And sometimes it correlates, sometimes it doesn't. Obviously here, this is our support and resistance, this level. It is broken, and then the second level is broken. So now we are waiting to see if above this level, the market can break and form what? A new candlesticks. That is where we can actually pull the trigger. And then when we look at the last 3 candlesticks, we do not have as yet something that we may call a 3 inside up. That is not a 3 inside up. That is not a 3 white soldiers. We may consider that it may look like the candlestick that is still in formation may look like the Marubozu. That can tell us that the dollar is getting actually hammered, is weak at these levels, but we'll see how that will go. And the fundamentals as well will play a factor on that one. All right. So that setup, even on 4 hours, is still standing like that, and you can keep it at around those levels and see what will actually happen next. Okay, so that's another really beautiful opportunity shaping up right there. All right, but it seems like the dollar is getting weaker in the last 4 hours, and we can see that the pound is actually showing some form of a recovery. All right, and then let's look to the next. That can be what we call AUD USD is fine. AUD USD, let's have a look at it as well. I remember that last week we had beautiful analysis, but I think I was using that other platform, not just Forex. But here as well, remember that this market will be opening in the next few hours. So it's still close at this moment, but in the next few hours it will be opening. So I think according to South African time, it is around 11:12 where it will be actually opening. The reason why I am putting this resistance at this level, I'm referring to this previous resistance levels around here. All right, that is where I'm referring it. That is why I'm putting here. This is our support, and then we can see if ever it breaks these levels, and then we can see that maybe it can go further to these targets. Then that's what we may target as our next take profit here to see if ever it breaks there. All right, so we may have a take profit right there. So let me clear this. Okay, so you can see that at these levels, there were some form of the market was like ranging, consolidating a little bit. Remember those chart patterns we were talking about, that when the market was actually bearish and consolidating the box, and then the stronger probabilities is that the market will continue being bearish and go down, as you have seen in this case. All right, so those are the few things that I actually need you to understand. Obviously, you can even look at it at a bigger picture. These levels, the beauty about all these levels is that even tomorrow or next week, they will still be assisting you, giving you some beautiful levels that may actually help you to determine other opportunities that may be existing. So let's move back to a 1 hour time frame and see what is happening. All right, so against all currencies, you can see that the dollar is actually weak today. So that's one of the few things that I actually need you to understand. So the next thing that you can do again here, I can drop down this actually on 4 hour. I can move up these resistance levels, and because now there's a reversal candle. So I've just moved it up a little bit, and then I can also, let me move this. Let me have it down here. All right, I can also have this one down here as a zone. Perfect. So now I also have a picture that I may wait and see if the market tells me it's a bullish opportunity or a bearish opportunity. So I hope that you are also throwing the same lines as I am doing here. I hope you are also doing the same thing, so that in the next few hours or so, we will see and determine what will happen. Currently, the dollar is facing some weakness. So if maybe I want to put an order, a market order around here, maybe a buy stop, I can put it at around 0.73600. All right, so I will go to new order, and then instead of market execution, I will choose what? Pending order. Do you still remember that? All right, and then we have a buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, sell stop, buy stop limit, sell stop limit. So in this case, I want to use buy stop. Remember, buy stop is a continuation trade. So meaning that if the market, I move the idea that the market will continue to be bullish. So if it reach my order price, it may actually activate my trade to move further up. So I will put it at 73, like for instance 600. That is where I will actually put my buy stop. And then let me see, where can I put the stop loss? I can put the stop loss around 73. Remember, when you are buying, your take profit will be above and your stop loss will be below. But when you are selling, your take profit will be below and your stop loss will be above. So in this case, buy stop, it's a buy order. All right, so meaning that when the market trigger my price, it will actually activate a buy trade. So that is why I will put my stop loss. Actually, I will make it to be a trailing stop loss. But initially, I will have put my stop loss at around, I'll use this level here, 7,370. All right. I can always move it. That is my stop loss. And then let's see, in terms of my target, I will be targeting 73866. All right, that will be my take profit right there, 866. When my order is actually triggered, then I can place my order. So I've placed my order, as you can see. Okay, so it's just an order so that if it breaks this resistance and actually move and activate my trade, and then right here I will then modify and put my trailing stop maybe by 45 points. I can even make it 100, but I will make it 45 for that matter, so that if it actually moves up, let me see. In this case, if it activates my trade, I will stand. If it hits the stop loss, I'll stand to lose 3 quid. But 3 quid is more like 150 rand. But if it moves up, I will gain like 4 quid. 4 quid is more like 200 rand. So not too bad. Okay, so those tiny profits, remember, they are always significant. They are very important. It might be small, but that order that will take place while I'm sleeping, and actually when I wake up, I can have some like 200 rand, not too bad. All right, remember, we don't have to be greedy. Use a very good percent in terms of the trade and so forth. So that's one of the few things that we must always observe. Okay, so I hope you remember how do we go about using those orders in place, and make sure that every time you place a trade, you do have your stop loss and the take profit in place every time and all the time. Don't you forget that. All right, so that's another beautiful thing right there. And then let's move to Euro USD. All right, this is the Euro USD. And as you can see, remember that when we are actually analyzing the opportunity, we actually look if ever there is a head and shoulders. That is a chart pattern analysis. Head and shoulders, you can check that out and see what's actually happening. You can check the double tops or double bottoms. You can check if ever there is a rising wedge or a falling wedge, a rising pennants or a falling pennants. You can also check things like support and resistance, trend lines. All right, for instance, let's join these levels here. So if I join these levels here, you can see that I've got a downtrend line right here. So I'll just put it like this. And then another level that I have here, it's a resistance level. So I'll move this one to this level. This is where my resistance level as the market is trying to push up. All right, I'm on 1 hour time frame, but this is my resistance level. And then the next that I may also put here is, you can see that now it seems like the new candlesticks is also bullish. That means I can also put my support and resistance right there. Remember, when it changes in certain directions, you can throw your line as a support level. But if ever, because it's still a candlestick that is forming, if it breaks that support, then I can trigger my sell or a bearish trade. That's one of the few things that I can also be able to do. So right here, I'll also have my support level, as you can see. Yeah, nicely so. And then the next thing that I may try to check, if I'm looking at this, I'm not sure if I have a double bottom here or what, if I've got something like this, but it's also not head and shoulders. So yeah, I think I may as well have, yeah, that's more like the double bottom. And here was more like my neckline. All right, so here was more like, yes, my neckline, as you can see. Okay, so at this level, that was more like my neckline, and it was broken, as you can see, and then the candlestick, the bullish direction continues. All right, and above those levels, remember, currently the dollar is weak. All right, I didn't check the news or the fundamentals to check what may actually drive that dollar weakness, even though in the morning, according to South African time, it was actually stronger. But now you can see that it's a little bit weak right there. So most probably above the levels of 1 point, these are the levels where I can actually put another order. All right, at around 1.1800, I can put another buy stop order right there. Remember, with an order, if it's not activated, then it's not activated. And I can also put an expiry date and time, so that if it hasn't been activated, maybe until tomorrow, it can just cancel like that. So there's no trend smash. So that's another level. And then my stop loss will be around 17,880. And then my next target will be around 18,200. So I'm just targeting 200 positions right there. So again, I go to new order. And then instead of market execution, I go for pending order, as you can see. And then my option this time is also buy stop. And then at what price I set at 1,800. All right. Okay. So let me remove this quickly. I hope we are still together and you understand the dynamics that I am referring to. And then my stop may be around 7,860. All right, so let me go 860, and then my TP will be around these levels. Yes, I will say maybe 250. Push it a little bit. All right, push it a little bit, 250. Then I've placed my second order, meaning that if ever it comes back down, I can actually stomach almost a two quid. Yes, 2 quid. And then I can also stand to gain how many? That's the 3. Let me push it to 4 at least. All right. Yes, perfect. All right. So now I'm targeting more like 10 quid using my orders. 10 quid is more like 500 rand. Not too bad. So we will see how it goes. But I can also modify and also do the trailing stop by 50 points. So that's another thing. So once my trade is activated, it can actually push at least by 50 points, so that if it breaks and move up, it can lock my profits right there. Remember, by putting orders, you actually stand not much to lose. So it's an opportunistic strategy. And remember, always have your take profits and stop loss in place, and I can push it further to these levels. All right, I push it to this closer to the next resistance levels. All right, so I've just pushed it there, but at the very same time, this may continue as a downtrend. All right, if it continues as a downtrend, as you can see here, and then I can also be able to put maybe what we call the sell limit. Okay, so I can do that, but I do not want to populate one trade with different too many orders. So I was just in passing. Any you can do like for instance, let me see, sell limit maybe around these levels, in case it just bounce off around these levels and revert back. So that can also happen. It's not necessarily a stop hunt, but things like that do happen. But let's move to the next, NZD USD. NZD USD now. So yeah, all right. Okay, in this instance, you can see that we have New Zealand is still closed at the moment. It will be opening up in the next few hours. In the next 4 hours, I think the market will be up and running. So here we have what we called. Let me see if I can get the next. No, it's not here. All right, so I can't find it now. I'll pick it later. All right, so obviously around these levels, I've got support and resistance. So I hope we've done it as well. So let me also move to 4 hour. Yes, even on 4 hour, I've got that zone over there. All right, so, and then the next level I may have here, it's around here. This is a support and the resistance right there. All right, what else I may have there? Maybe I can also have join these higher lows and push it up like down like this. Okay, so it's not yet a downtrend as such. It is when you are looking at all these levels from May. Yeah, it's been like pushing down a lot. All right, so right here we had a double top bottoms right here, and it hasn't broken the neckline, so I may as well have yes, these levels of resistance right here, and another one right here. Okay, so currently this is the setup I may have. and then we will see even tomorrow what is transpired. Please don't you forget to remind me to come back to these levels and check what is actually happening. So that's one of the few things that I am requesting you to remind me so that we'll also check it out. Okay, so I hope you've seen this analysis and you've done something about it as well. Okay, so if you do have any questions so far, you may bring about those questions so that we will be able to attend to them. All right, so today we are focusing more on this technical analysis, and I also want you to do the same in terms of analyzing and seeing how far we can go in this instance. So if you understand this clearly, that's very much better. Also, okay, so that's very much better. Remember that we'll also send you the recording after this session. So now we are on a NZD. So that's how you actually analyze those opportunities. And if it's the weekend, you can even back test. All right, do some back testing, checking the market backward, and see other history that was actually happening in the market. So those are the few things that you may actually consider as well. All right, so I hope we are clear on that, and I hope that's easier and straightforward. All right, now let's move to Euro CHF. We'll do two more before we move towards the conclusion. Okay, so if you understand these elements, it's very much better. You do not take a trade until the market confirms. Remember that the market always gives you clues. The market always tells you which direction it's going to go. So you need to learn to listen to the market, all right? And make sure as you are listening to the market, you apply proper risk-reward ratio. You apply proper risk management. That is the most important thing, all right? Many mistakes that traders commit that actually lead them to blow their accounts is this thing of duplicating your trades, all right? You have one currency concentrated in many different trades. That's another big problem. And then the second thing that is really a problem is that one of using a high lot size, like a big lot size, higher percentage. That's another suicide that many traders commit in terms of trading. All right, they try by almost to make more money in a short space of time using a high leverage, using a high percentage that can actually self-sabotage you. So it's very much important to use proper risk management so that you can be able to actually get it right. Okay, so if ever you understand that, that is very much better. And then the next thing that actually is a problem with many traders, the reason they are not successful, they don't use stop loss, they don't use take profit. Okay, every trade you take must have stop loss and take profit, because if you are not using your stop loss and take profit, that means you do not have a confidence in the trade that you are actually doing. You don't have confidence. All right, because if you have confidence, you will know that that's the measures, that's the security and risk measures you must always put in place. I don't know how many times I have to repeat this, but I still find people who are committing same one and the same mistakes. All right, so you do not have to trade emotionally. Even if you trade maybe a hit stop loss, you do not have to revenge and try, you know, you need to analyze another opportunity. All right, so when it hits the stop loss, that is the cost of doing business. You need to understand it's the cost of doing business. So that's fine. Okay, so you have to go back and then compose yourself, look for more opportunities at the next, and then you will be on your way in terms of looting the market, because I know South Africa is full of looters, but now I want you to loot the dollars, to loot the currencies step by step. Even if like you are making 1% a day, that will be more like 5% a week. That will be more like 10% in 2 weeks, 20% a month. Like that's really crazy. All right. So those are the few things that I actually encourage you to check out. Okay, so that 20% is really positive. Remember, at this current interest rate, you don't get that from some investment packages or even from your bank. You don't get that, right? So like really, if you are taking control of your trading, trade responsible, follow the proper strategies and the risk elements, then you are going to win. So let's go to Euro CHF and then have that analysis. I hope you are putting all these things down so that towards the end of the day, you will have everything properly set. All right, in this instance, we may have something like this. Let us join these levels, as you can see. All right, so I'm just pushing it. This is my A, as you can see here. This is more like my A. I can say A01 is still fine. And then all right. So let me say this level. Yes, this is my A. Perfect. This is my A. And then this is my B. This level is my B. All right. I hope I will have a C here. All right. I hope I will have a C here confirming my trade that is actually pushing up. And then another level that I may also have here is the resistance level right here. So I can have a market that may consolidate inside this triangle or whatsoever. So I can see, we'll see what transpires after. And then this level can also be my support level, okay? So the next thing that we are checking if we do have maybe things like double bottom. Yes, that was the double bottom right there. And then do we have any things like, all right, I think this, on this 4 hour, we have a nice setup on this 4 hour. You may also consider it on that 4 hour. But let's go back to 1 hour as well. Let's go back to 1 hour time frame and see what's happening right there. All right. Don't forget to subscribe also on my YouTube channel for even more nuggets that we actually place and put out there. All right, on my 1 hour time frame, it seems like I do have a double top and the neckline that was broken, and then we will see what transpires next. You can see those levels. Has been the level of resistance from 9 July, as from like close to 2 weeks ago, and you can see that the support has been at these levels as well. So yeah, you can see the ranging market around it there, and then we'll see what will transpire thereafter. So it's been ranging from 8 July, and you can see it's still ranging even now. All right, and then let's take the last two. That will be Euro GBP. All right, let's see what we have there. Okay, wow. All right, so again here, when we are back testing, we can have something like this, that push-ups like this. All right, that tells us, okay, I can put it like this. I don't want to have something that goes and fly in the air. Yeah, so if we are putting it proper, let me take it back like this. So if I'm pushing it up like this, at this level, I think the uptrend was broken. All right, then again, let's do something like this, support and resistance. And then these levels were also broken, as you can see here. and then another level was broken here. Too much level is broken, as you can see. All right, and yeah, another level broken here, and then another one broken here. So yes, another one here. So you can see that now we've got, this is not 3 black crowns because the market is bearish already. All right, remember 3 black crowns are a reversal indication, okay? So when you see them, you will see them if the market was an uptrend. So you can see 3 bearish candlesticks, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's what? It's a 3 black crowns. So in this instance, by the look of things on the 1 hour time frame, it seems like the pound can still have a room to maneuver towards 85,700 or towards 85,600. So that will be the next target. By the look of things, that will be the next targets in this instance. All right, currently we cannot be able to put any stop around here because this was our, maybe around here. We can see if it comes any closer around here. But the most interesting one for me is the 4 hour time frame. The most interesting one is the 4 hour time frame, as you can see. All right, it's very much clear, but it's the same actually. It's the same. So what we can do with this one, what we called a Euro GBP, let's see. On this one, the next level or the next target that the market is aiming for will be around 85,900 to 85,800, 0.85800. That these are 2 targets that the direction of bears is heading to. If ever it breaks these support levels, then the next target will be 0.85690. All right, that will be another target. But I will actually monitor this one as time goes on. But for now, I will actually keep it here with no initiation trade as yet. Okay. And then the last one that we may also check out is the Euro JPY. The Euro JPY. Obviously, the Japanese yen market is still closed, and then it will be opening in the next few hours. So in this instance, we can have something like this. And all I want to say is that if you have a sharper trend, it is very less reliable. If that is too much, it's like really sharp, then that makes it less reliable. Okay, so let me push these previous support and resistance to this level. That was yeah, then I will also have another level right here because there was some form of a reversal, but it actually never materialized. So I can have that, and then let me check the 4 hour time frame. The 4 hour time frame. Remember that even when we wake up tomorrow, come back to this analysis and see what actually transpired. You can work with the 1 hour time frame, or you can work with a 4 hour time frame. So now I've given you positions that you may actually check from now going forward to see what is actually happening. So the beautiful thing is that you can be able to put your orders in place so that you can actually have your opportunity triggered if ever the market move to those direction. But every trade taken, every order taken must make sure that it has the stop loss and take profit in place. That is a must. All right, that is part of the risk management. If you understand that, it's even very much better. Okay, so I hope that is clear, and we are still together on that one. Okay, do you have any other questions so far? Okay, because today we were just focusing on touching on currencies. Tomorrow we'll be doing indices. All right, we'll firstly check the performance of what we've done today, and then we will move to the indices. Okay, so I always said to one of my team that this will be better if ever we analyze the market together like this on Monday. All right, for the beginning of the week, like on Monday, just have 1 hour to analyze the opportunities that we may actually overview over the week as opportunities or as pending opportunities, as orders, some market orders in place. And if you agree with that, then we can try to make time. All right, just that we cannot have maybe specific afternoon time also. Sometimes you can even do it during the day, and then people can get even the recording to watch it later. All right, but it will be most suitable on Mondays, so that as the week starts, at least you have something to work on. All right, so if ever you are saying that can be fine, you can like that, you may as well respond and give me that feedback. But if you are quiet, then it's fine. I understand you are a bunch of busy people. So yeah, I understand. All right, other than that, if ever there is any no more questions, I would like to thank you so much for joining us. It's good to see you, Mr. Sitole. Yo, hey, bayalutha abantu Marisburg, Mr. Sitole. Anihamba nodo man. But it's good to see you, Mr. Stolle. All right. Actually, I wanted to suggest a week of a week, Molotsi. Molotsi, a week ago, we were having Monday to Friday sessions. It's just that we are more on theory. But at least if you can do Monday, at least the best trading days is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So that can take us further. All right, that can take us further. And so forth. All right, so I hope that is clear, and it's some form of enlightenment. Okay, so okay, all right, so if you agree on Monday, and then we will try to always use Mondays. It can be afternoon, but if ever afternoon time is not conducive, then I can do it during the day and then send you the recording. Those that will be able to attend during the day will be fine, they will attend, but the others can also join us thereafter. So at least it can give you something. And then on Monday, we'll also be having an opportunity to also check the fundamentals, so that while we analyze using the technical analysis, but we have to check on the news for that particular day that may actually mess up with the technicals. Sometimes it can correlate, sometimes it can go against each other. All right, so I think Monday will do, and then if you will be availing yourself, then that will be fine, because I need you to be active, and then we'll also measure where to put our risk reward measures like stop loss and take profit in place, so that everyone, when you take a trade, at least you have your stops and take profit in place. That's one of the few things that I always recommend, and I know some of you are not doing it. Okay, other than that, thank you so much for joining, and everyone is voting for Monday evening. All right, so we will resume that. If ever maybe I'm having sessions on Mondays, like different sessions like CFD maybe, and then that means I can do it during the day with those that are available. All right, So other than that, thank you so much. God bless you and enjoy the rest of the evening. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.